Hello, good afternoon to you. Celebrating 25 years of joy. My name is Aboagye-Wiafe. You're welcome to the Marketplace live on Joy News. Coming up this afternoon, Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA worried some artisans at Swami Magazine Industrial Hub in Kumasi still open shops for business and calls on members to comply with government's directive to stay home in a bid to contain spread of the coronavirus. We'll be telling you more about this pretty shortly. Also coming up in the bulletin, city authorities in Kumasi closed down Dr. Mensa market as traders defy government and health professionals' directive to enhance social distancing. And also coming up, some oil marketing companies adjust prices at the pumps in the first pricing window of April. We'll be talking to the Institute of Energy Security. We have all these stories coming up in the next 25 minutes of business on the Marketplace. Don't go away. And many thanks for making a date with me today on the Marketplace. Let's start from Kumasi in the Ashanti region, where the Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA has called on its members to comply with government's directives to stay home in a bid to contain spread of the coronavirus. The leadership is worried because some artisans still open their shops at the Swami Magazine Industrial Hub to do business. They also observe some unscrupulous persons are breaking some of the shops of the artisans. The Ashanti Regional Chairman, Anthony Opon, says the union is collaborating with the police to stop this. He has been speaking with my colleague, Prince Apia.
The reason has been that most people think, why should the government stop them from doing their businesses? Because it's not the government that gives them their chop money and who cares for their case and whatever. So we are employing our people that it's not about the individual situation, it's about the whole country and it's about the individuals in this country. If the coronavirus assume the dimensions that has been taken in Europe, is going to be very catastrophic for the nation. So we are employing everyone to adhere to the situation, to the directive, so that we can help solve the situation. Okay. So those who feel, despite the directive, they just want to go about doing what they've been doing normally. As the president stated, these are not normal times. The statement has become necessary in view of the fact that people think, why should the government stop them from going about their own businesses? But it's not about their individual businesses, it's about the whole nation. Because if you contract the disease and you go home and your family get infected, you are going to spread it, further escalating the situation. So it's good that they listen to the directives, obey it, and we all get our freedoms to work, go back to our businesses after everything has subsided.
What happened to those who are still going to Swami Magazine to work now?
Yeah, we are taking this opportunity to appeal to them to adhere to the directives, because it's about all of us. So I've learned just before this interview, I learned some people have taken advantage of breaking shops at Swami Magazine, which from here I have to go there and check what it is. So as more people out of worry are going there to check whether their goods are safe, and some people also out of recalcitrant attitude going there to make sure they can go about their duties and maybe get something out of it, which is very bad. So we are appealing to everybody to obey these directives so that we can all get our freedoms. This disease will come past and we all get the freedom to go back to our jobs.
With this issue of people breaking into other shops, have you communicated to the security agencies to help you addressing this?
Yeah, somebody just called me from magazine. So just as I received the call that you came here, so from here I'm going to speak to the divisional commander at the Swami Magazine, so that he will send the men there and make sure they can stop them if actually it's happening. Because I haven't seen it. It's just a telephone call that I received. So I just want to go and verify and talk to the regional commander, the divisional commander, so that he can send some men there to stop those people who are going about doing that.
Let's also stay in Kumasi because city authorities have closed the Dr. Mensa market to business until traders there respect the social distancing protocol against COVID-19. The move comes after the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, led by the mayor, Osei CBNP, realized the traders had defied government and health professionals' directives of social distancing. Prince Apia again has more in this report.
The red tape about the boha, as I said, you are not allowed. until the 14 days. We'll be a monk fee.
Angry Kumasi Mayor CBNP instructing the security personnel to tape the Dr. Mensa side of the market.
And then come up by moon space in ammonia juma. Nakamwa and no summon me find juma dia. He led
the operation after a trader is said to have engaged a soldier in verbal exchanges over enforcement of anti-coronavirus protocols. Some traders who spoke to Love News admitted some recalcitrant colleagues went overboard in the encounter with the soldiers.
It was 8 a.m. when the security came here and asked us to distance ourselves because we were selling too close to each other. So there was this lady who started exchanging. With them. So they sacked all of us.
City Mayor CBNP drove the traders away from the Dr. Mensa market for disregarding the government directive on social distancing against COVID-19.
Yesterday when we came, we didn't like how dirty the place was. Also, they were not observing the social distancing directive, so we cautioned them. For today, we have asked them to go home. We will cordon off the place, which means they should keep off. Nobody would trade here again. From here, I will discuss the issue with the regional minister.
The group also observed the environment the traders were operating was very dirty. Mr. CBNP again.
Why do you want to sit in the field?
If we don't take care, we will focus on coronavirus and forget about cholera because the rains will set in soon.
We are preaching the key. The distancing is there, the regular hand washing is there, and the sanitizing is also there. But the general cleaning is also part of it.
Meanwhile, the traders say they have learnt their lessons and are prepared to change for the better by observing social distancing and also cleaning the market regularly. Prince Apia reporting.
Meanwhile, there's latest reports saying that 15 traders have been arrested at the Dr. Mensa market in defiance of government's restrictions on movement. The culprits had earlier been ordered not to ply their trade at the market. Let's get some latest updates from Nana Sensu Mensa, who joins me on phone. Good afternoon, Nana. Welcome to Market, please.
Good afternoon, Ima.
All right. So 15 traders have been arrested. What is their fate now?
Ima, the 15 traders were picked from the Mensa market, which is situated in the central business district of Jim. They were picked because they defied the key authorities' orders on movement and then restriction on access to that particular market, because the city authorities were complaining that the markets or the traders were not following the safety protocols, that is the social distance that they were supposed to observe. So they closed down the market yesterday. But today, this morning, the 15 traders were picked at the market because they were accessing the market. They wanted to access the market, enter the market, and also start doing their own business as usual in the market. So they have been arrested, and then they were currently in the police grips. They are preparing them to also sign forms of good behavior to ensure that they do not repeat similar issue again.
Did they have any response to the arrest?
Come again, Imam?
Did they say anything for the arrest? I mean, after they were arrested?
If I heard you right, are you asking the reason why they arrested them?
No, I wanted to find out whether they had any concern or they had reason for which they were still plying their trade on the markets.
Yeah, most of the traders, we didn't get a chance to speak to them.
Okay.
I'm talking about the corporates who are now in the police grip. We didn't get a chance to speak to them. But speaking, we went to the market and we spoke with some of the traders who were happened to be the eyewitness to the incident. And then they told us that maybe the traders who are now the corporates didn't know that the market had been closed yesterday. So maybe ignorance or something, or little education, because they didn't know that the market had been closed to the public. So that is why perhaps ignorance, they access the market, or they wanted to do business as usual based on ignorance. So they didn't know that that particular market had been closed to the public. That is why they deferred the orders. But speaking to the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, the PRO, Gordon ASC Gordon, he also stressed that they are going to give a human face to the situation, to ensure that they sign bond of good behavior, to ensure that similar issue is not reoccurred now. All
right, many thanks for that update, Nana Mensa, giving us an update on the situation from Kumasi. Back here in Accra, tomato merchants at the CMB tomato market in Accra have lamented the negative impact of the President's directive on movement restrictions is having on their businesses. According to them, though government exempted them from the restriction, law enforcement agencies mandated to carry out the directives have become an impediment in their way. In an interview with Joy Business, Queen Mother of the tomato market dealers, Charity Otunfo, says retailers are not permitted to come through to purchase them. There's more in this report. President Akufo-Addo imposed a 2-week partial lockdown on Accra, Tema, Kaswa and Kumasi from Monday, 30th March. This formed part of efforts to stop the spread of the coronavirus in the country and ensure efficient contact tracing to patients. However, some service providers, including members of the food value chain, were exempted from the restriction. But according to Market Queen of CMB Tomato Market, Charity Otunfo, the law enforcers are acting contrary to the President's directive and causing them to encounter heavy losses.
After the directives were given, traders could come to the markets to trade, but now the police are chasing away our customers and preventing us from having access to the markets.
Because the bar woman now woman no yebeni den e kwan so a the lorry fence so also enti yes say
the tomatoes are rotten because the retailers can't come here to purchase.
Car we yes we buy enra the whole day obi ensi ha. And then so one buy our mobile police for a pamom. Barrier,
she called on government to take a look at the situation and address it. Some tomato wholesalers also spoke with Joy Business concerning the situation.
And now who said Britia bo, a police for the Aboagye-Wiafe so almost Bria Pamya. Adaya, yes, Tonio, my Genti, Yama Pamya, my own coffee. Says as soon as saw my imuna here for no dorsal.
Today we were here and the police pounced on us because we were selling. It is not fair. We are selling the tomatoes way below the right rate. Government should rather embark on house-to-house testing.
For now, the tomato dealers are complying with orders of the police to avoid any eventuality. Well, let's do one of our top stories this afternoon. Some oil marketing companies have started adjusting prices at the pumps. The Institute for Energy Security, IES, earlier predicted prices of fuel on the local market will drop by between 16 and 24% within the first pricing window for April. Now, in line with the price deregulation regime, policy and research analyst of the IES, Raymond Nuok, joins me via Skype to assess the situation. Good afternoon, Raymond. You're welcome, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
All right, so can you quickly update us on how the oil marketing companies have now adjusted their pumps?
Okay, as you projected the price to come down by the local pump starting 1st April. This as a result of world oil market. The last window under review, realized that crude went down by over 33%. And that's what we call petrol went down by about 51%. Gas oil also went down by 20%. Gas oil is. So we analyze this to look at historical data. So January to March, that is the first quarter of the year. Realize that prices on the world market went down % on the oil market, and these are very significant for prices on the local market. So these are the reasons why we indicate that price might go 16 to 24%.
So is the IES impressed with the margins so far in line with what you predicted?
So far, we are not impressed, but we just started today. So we're hoping that as it continues, we will see considerable reduction at the local that the government to you know that the president directed that public transport and taxis should reduce the number of people who take their vehicle. And we believe that when prices come down, the transport owners will be able to reduce the numbers, which will help in the distances that government has created.
What is the outlook for the next window?
For the next window, prices will come. The oil market is broken, overwhelmed by marginal price on the market due to the corona. The major economy now, you can see, India have added the number. India is the 10th consumer of crude oil, and they have been lockdown some time now, and that's about 1.3 billion population that is at that lockdown, and they are supposed to cut consumption about 30% of that's which for the oil market. And we also don't know yet whether Saudi Arabia and Russia price war.
With the current challenges, especially with lockdowns as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, what will be the fate of oil-producing countries, especially in Africa, including Ghana?
Okay, for countries in Africa, we have three major issues. We have lost revenue, lost investment, and lost market share. For the lost revenue, we already, for example, in Ghana, we benched our Brent crude at $62 per barrel, and now prices have gone $25 per barrel, which is very significant reduction. When I talk about market share, a lot of big countries like Russia and Saudi Arabia have reduced their prices, and other countries in Africa cannot reduce because our cost of production is far higher than those countries. So the consumers of the product would like to buy from those big countries in Africa, so we are going to lose some market share. Also, investment. A lot of oil majors are calling back their investment. Total, Shell, Accra, they're all growing their investment. Right. They're not going to invest in production because it's not looking good. So that's also going to affect other countries.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Raymond Nwoko is a policy and researcher at the Institute for Energy and Security, IES. Away from that, President Akufo-Addo's call for the private sector to actively involve in the fight against the coronavirus outbreak seems to be generating some positive response. To this end, private businesses have launched the Ghana COVID-19 Private Sector Fund. It aims at complementing government's efforts at containing the virus, which continues to threaten global economies. CEO of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distribution Companies, Senyor Hosi, is a member of the Board of Trustees of the fund.
The new evil that we have in our country right now is COVID-19. It is threatening our jobs, the economies, is making them, a lot of economies tumble. It is ravaging our jobs. It has actually affected how we even show and express love to each other. So that today, the best way to actually show love to somebody is to be away. All right, this cannot be made to stand. And as private sector, we account for close to 80% of the entire GDP. The private sector is people like you, me, everybody who is not part of government. Okay, and That's our stake. As these things are happening, businesses are suffering, jobs are suffering, people doing their petty trades can't go on, all right? So it is something that affects us very directly. And to that extent, we can't just leave it up to government to just solve. We all have to get involved to fix this problem. So what this fund is a private sector-led fund, structured very transparently to make sure that there's objectivity and value for money in all phases of it, and also ensuring proper accountability. So this was set up, and you have trustees there who have all collectively contributed cash and pledges of 11 million out of the 100 million target that we currently have. Okay, and we are expecting that we realize our targets. The key things we want to do will be partly or wholly funding some parts of government's priority interventions in this fight. We'll be resourcing the health systems, both hospitals, labs, and the paramedics, everybody, with equipment and supplies to the extent that the fund can allow to help us win the COVID-19 war. And subject to government's communication and the behavioral changes required, we'll also support a part of the advocacy for behavioral changes, in our lives to enable us also as a people win this COVID-19 war.
The Chef Association of Ghana has pledged to cook to save lives under the Cooking to Save Lives initiative. The aim is to cook some good meals for the frontline health workers in the fight against COVID-19. The initiative will extend food delivery to vulnerable people in society during the partial lockdown period. Richard Suma is the project coordinator and also the spokesperson for the project. He joins me in the studio to talk more about the Cooking to Save Lives project. You're welcome to the marketplace.
Thank you very much.
Why did the Chef Association decide to get involved in this? I mean, even though it's a good cause.
Yes, the reason being is that, first of all, the Chef Association is a body of professionals who have got the adequate skills to cook hygienic meals. And, in situations like this, we have several people who are contributing to the fight. And it's a national call. Everybody has a duty to play, or has a role to play. So the association came together and thought it like, no, for instance, the vulnerables in communities, the blind, the weak, the lame, who caters for them? Even the frontline workers who are constantly working on the various cases, sometimes they need all form of motivation, and giving them cooked meal, hygienically prepared, is also a form of motivation. And as we speak now, we have most of our security agencies, the police, the army, working on the street, enforcing the lockdown. So what it means is that they will also need to be motivated by giving some sort of meal to cater for them. So this is the motivation which drives the
how is the project going so far?
Yes, we took off yesterday. It was successful. We started with the first 400 packs delivered to, some went to the police, some went to Ridge Hospital, some went to Gan East Hospital, and they were all appreciative of the. And the new development is that since yesterday, we started to get some support from some Frighter, Fortune Rice, GTA, Fortune Margin, Marina Mall, Peg Biscuit, and all these people started coming in to donate some raw materials for production. So from today, we are scaling up to about 2,000 packs of rice, starting from today, and we intend to develop several menus where we will do the banku, we will do the kenke, we will do the indomie, anything that we can cook to survive people during this difficult time. That is what we are actually working on. So
where exactly does the cooking take place, and how do you deliver them?
Yes, we have 4 major state-of-the-art kitchens that have been set up. One is at Pram Yocho, not Pram exactly, to take care of the Tema and Ashama Enclave. Then we have another at Painters, we have another at Accra, and most of the hotels have also offered their kitchens to the chefs, because most of these chefs, they work in the hotels, and most of the hotels are totally closed down. So they've made their kitchens available. Alisa Hotel, for instance, has made their kitchen available. So, and we have over 120 chef volunteers who are also prepared to cook. So as at now, 40 of them are constantly engaged, and they have a roster for which they work with. The idea is that very soon we'll be bringing extra food pack to Circle, because we identified that, you see, Circle is a high-prone environment for less privilege in the society. So the idea is that at least every blessed day will bring about 1,000 packs of food to Circle and send it to 4 distribution centers at Circle, so that they will avoid overcrowding at any center, and then we'll implement the social distancing as a matter of fact. So it's pick and go, pick and go, pick and go. So you come, it's banku rice, what do you want? It's rice, you pick, you go, banku, you pick, you go. So at least.
So you sometimes send these packs also to the soldiers or the police people?
Yes, for the police, they take it directly themselves. The army is also ready to take directly from production. So immediately the food is ready at the production centers, they dispatch their team there, they pick it directly from there, and then they go.
Apart from rice, what else do you cook?
Yes, like I said, we are appealing to a corporate body, because you see, everybody will cook, but what category of people are doing the cooking? Are we doing cooking to save life in terms of providing them nutritious food, well-balanced diet, which is something we are focusing on? So as a matter of fact, we have the banku, we have the rice, we have the, like I said, the spaghettis. We want to do several other things that is within, to be prepared within the shortest possible time.
Your final words before you go.
All I can say is that as it is now, we're getting a lot of support from some people who are bringing us the carbohydrates especially, but we are appealing to the general public that everything goes with protein. It is important we could complement the food we are giving the general public with protein. So we're calling on anybody who can support us with meat products in particular. And then any other cereal, could be rice, it could be maize, it could be beans, it could be anything that you can also use to support this cause. So we're just telling everybody to stay calm, and it's our wish that everybody will get food to eat. And then we have this number that we can put out there, that is 0244 430244, 0244 430244. So in case you are touched, kindly get in touch. And
thank you very much
for that.
Of course, obviously, a good cause there, so go out there to contribute. My name is Aboagye-Wiafe. That's it for the market, please. Have a good afternoon.